Hi everyone, welcome back to A to B Model Railways, and this is a long delayed, very much overdue shop update video. It is going to be very much me talking this time. I'm going to tell you that's not a lot of action on the layout in this video, but I just want to bring you up to speed with everything because it has been 6 months since I last did a video, and hopefully the next one will have a bit more sort of running action and a bit of variety in it. So apologies, it is very much going to be me talking at the camera in this video. But yeah, apologies for the overdue video. Apologies for the long delay. I did say, irony of ironies, in the last video that I was going to look to get back to one a month and apologise for the delay back then, and then nothing's happened, has it? You know, yeah, we've been really busy. That's the update. We have been busy. We've been out at more model railway exhibitions than we've ever done in the first 6 months of the year. So I've been out a lot of exhibitions, busy working in the shop. I do work for another company as well as an ex-teacher, so I've been busy with that as well, and I'm trying to sell my house. Another story. I'm not going to go into that in the video, but I've been really bad busy, so apologies that I've not got the video out there. And I think what frustrates me is the fact that the last video that I did in January got more views, more likes, more new subscribers, more comments than any other video I've ever done. And back then I was talking about whether or not the model railway hobby was dying. And it got such a reaction because at the time the press had seized on it, hadn't they? You know, we got Hatton's announcing they were closing. We got Warley Club announcing they were stepping away from the November show. And it was all doom and gloom and the hobby was in trouble and it was going to disappear without trace. Pure media sensationalism. And I tried to give an alternative viewpoint. It says, yeah, but hang on, you know, there's reasons why Hatton's are closing. There's reasons perhaps why Warley are stepping away from their show. And I'm still seeing people come into the shop. I'm still seeing inquiries about starting out in the hobby, how to get started. So the interest is still there. And I think over the last 6 months, there's still that very balanced argument. On the downside, I've heard of even more shops that have gone to the wall. Shop not far away from me, the guy's retired. He wanted to sell it, no one would buy it. So the shop's gone. I went out to one of my exhibitions and there's a guy who used to stand near me at one of them, and he was a really nice chap, been trading slightly less time than me, and he wasn't there. And I asked the organiser what had happened. Turned out he's gone bankrupt. The shop's closed down after less than, I think, 5 years trading. And another retailer told me how he bought up the stock of other shops that have sold. So I know of probably 4 more that's gone to the wall. And when you think about that, and then I look at my own take-ins, you know, and I'm not going to lie, our take-ins are massively down over this 6 months compared to last year and the year before that. It's a significant drop-off. So the challenges are certainly there for the hobby. But on the flip side, I'm seeing more people come through that door than I've ever done. You know, our footfall is up. The number of individual sales that we have in the shop are up. It's just people are buying smaller, lower priced items. You know, they're probably coming in and buying some scenery or some figures or maybe a wagon, and they're not spending the money on this stuff, the big locos, because as somebody said in a comment to that last video, that the prices of the locos are starting to get out of hand. And I don't want to criticize my suppliers because I have good relationships with them, but one particular supplier, one particular manufacturer announced a range of products that were 9 livery versions of one particular model. And for each of those livery versions, there was a standard, a sound fitted and a premium model. Top price of the premium model, over 350 quid. And for a retailer like me, a small retailer, I wasn't going to buy 27 versions of a particular loco to have one of each. Because it's just not cost effective. I could have ended up with a shelf of one particular class of loco. So it makes people have got to understand. I think the manufacturers have got to understand the market at the moment. And I think, as people have said, cost of living's a real challenge at the moment. Mortgage rates are up. We're really uncertain about what the new government's going to do. People are watching what they spend. So I think it's about cost-effective modelling. And one thing I always try and say is I try and support my customers. So the one message I'm going to give to people is, you know, here at A to B Model Railways, I do try and support my customers. I try and keep my prices as low as I can. I am as low as a certain major shop in Sheffield. And you're dealing with me. You're not dealing with anyone else, you're dealing with me. So you know who you're dealing with, you know who you're actually giving your money to. So I try and keep my costs low, and I also try and provide benefits. So I give discounts to model railway clubs in the area. I run promotions, I run sales, I run special promotions to try and support people and try and keep costs down. And I've got some ideas of membership for the shop to provide discounts, which I'm going to go into in another video. And one thing we also try and do is give something back. And the first piece of news I've got for you is that in just 3 or 4 weeks' time, we are going to be celebrating our 6th anniversary. It's 6 years since I opened A2B Model Railways, the 6th of August 2018, when I came out of teaching and I opened this shop. It was my dream to open a model shop, and I did it. And it's been a roller coaster ride. In one of my future videos, I'm going to look back at those 6 years and I'm going to go over some of those challenges and the highs and lows. But I always like to celebrate our anniversary by having our big birthday raffle. And so this week we are launching our big birthday raffle for 2024. The top prize, as always, is a £100 voucher to spend on the website or here in the shop. And we've got £50, £20, £10 vouchers. And we've also got other prizes, including our mystery boxes. We promoted those in social media. I'm going to share them in a video in due course. But these are gift boxes for ballast, for scatter, for a ballast starter pack, where you get a mystery range of products for a set price. We hand those out. It's a variation of our scatter bundles that used to be our consolation prizes in the raffles in the past. And we'll add other prizes too. The draw for that will take place on the 6th of August. And you can get your tickets up until midnight on the 5th of August in one of several different ways. If you come into the shop or spend via our eBay shop or via our website, www.a2bmodelrailways.co.uk, if you spend in any of those things and you buy something from us, you will automatically go into the draw. And the higher you spend, the more tickets you'll get. If you don't want to buy from us directly, but you do want to be in the draw, you can also buy raffle tickets off our website. They're available £1 for each ticket, or in multi-bundles. So the 3 for 2 is 3 tickets for £2. And then we've got a couple of higher bundles for £5 and £10 where you get more tickets for your money. And everybody will go in the draw. It will be made live, I think, on Facebook. That's what we usually do, a Facebook live video, making the draw and handing out the prizes to all the people who buy tickets or buy from us. And it's our way of thanking you for your support over the last 6 years. So that's the first thing I've got to share with you. Our new birthday raffle is launching this week. Check out our website, www.a2bmodelrailways.co.uk, for details of that. Secondly, check out our sale pages. And also on there, we've got a number of discounted items. So we've got discounts on the standard 2s from Hornby, the Hornby 8Fs. They've been discounted, so you can get a bargain. And of course, if you buy one before the 5th of August, you'll get yourself into the draw. And of course, the prices of those, we get quite a few tickets in the raffle as well. Finally, though, I do want to share another thing, and that's a big challenge that's hit us over the last sort of week or so. Today is the 16th of July, and for the last 6 days, we have had no working phone line. So if you tried to get in touch with us over the phone over the last just under a week, my apologies, because we've not had a phone line. And it's all down to the ineptness of EE. And if you've been following us on Instagram, you'll know this story, but I just want to share it with you. As a business owner, you always look at your incomings, your outgoings. You always sort of look, am I paying too much for something? Can I make an improvement? And a few weeks ago, I decided one of the improvements I could make was my mobile phone bill. I could bring that down. We were starting to pay upwards of £50 a month for a mobile bill, which to me was excessive. We've been with BT since the start, and I just decided now was the time to look at another contract. So I negotiated a new mobile contract with EE, and they sent out the phone, and we're due to send out the welcome pack, including the invoice of £54 that we had to pay up front as part of the contract. The phone arrived, but the paperwork didn't. So I carried on using the old phone on the BT service, awaiting the arrival of the paperwork. Last Wednesday, I got a letter through the door at home from EE Wasn't in the shop, so I put it to one side. Thought I'll deal with it on the Thursday when I'm back in the shop. Got up Thursday morning and my mobile wasn't working, which I thought, well, perhaps the old SIM's expired, you know, finished the BT contract, going over to EE. So I got to the shop, transferred everything over onto the new phone, and that wasn't working either. And then I opened the letter, and the letter was a final demand for £54.14, saying that I hadn't paid it, I was overdue, and they basically cut our service, suspended our service. And they said at that point that we would have to call them from any EE phone to make the payment, bearing in mind they just cut our phone service. So I phoned them up, I made the payment, I explained I never had the paperwork, and they even gave us a £20 credit for next month's account as compensation and promised to restore our phone service within the hour. It's now 6 days on and they've never restored the service, and I have constantly been in touch with EE via phone, via email to the lady up in Falkirk who's been dealing with our query, and they say your phone's active, there's no reason for it not to be working. And it's only at the end of last week when we realised that the phone had started to show no SIM. They hadn't sent the SIM card. And of course I'm transferred from BT to EE, so the old SIM card for my old phone doesn't work. So I contacted EE on Friday night and said, you haven't sent me the SIM. And I got through to Falkirk office and they said, well, we can't help you. You've come through to the domestic appliances or domestic service, and the business one is closed. It's reopened on Saturday. I suggest you email the person you're dealing with, tell them the situation, tell them you need a new SIM. I did that and I've never had a reply. I've tried again on Monday, I've tried emailing again on Tuesday, and they've never got back to me. So at the moment, our internet service, our phone service, is out of use. And actually, without a mobile phone, I can't access my online banking because my app isn't working. I can't make card payments online to suppliers because it needs a 4-digit PIN code text into our phone. I cannot make transfers from one account to another because I use my phone app to do so, and I need the phone app to log into my accounts. So we're completely and utterly stuck. And it's meaning that suppliers can't get in touch with us, which is starting to damage our reputation a little bit. It means I can't chase up orders. I can't chase up deliveries. So again, I've got customers waiting, and customers can't get in touch with us. And to add insult to injury, in the last few days, I had a customer come into the shop saying he thought I closed down because the phone was off. He tried to call me and he was wanting to ask for the reservation of a Hornby Jubilo limited edition model of the Mallard, which I've got in stock, a £300 model. He wanted it for his dad's birthday. He couldn't get through to the shop, so he went and bought it online from a certain retailer elsewhere. Cost me a £300 sale last week. I've got another customer who pre-ordered some Scenic products, which were due to arrive this week from the supplier, and the order's delayed, but I can't find them because I can't get through. So in the end, that was cancelled. That was about a £25 order that has been cancelled again. So we've definitely lost quite a lot of money as a result of having no phone line, which is not great at all. So a real challenge for us at the moment. But we have now got a landline that is up and running. So I will put the landline number across the bottom of the screen, which you can use to get in touch with us. But yeah, that's pretty much... So that's it really. That's pretty much all I've got time for in this video today. As I say, sorry it's been pretty much 15 minutes of me just talking at the camera and no sort of action, no showcasing of products. But that is just because I wanted to bring you up to date with where we were, the problems with the phone, also tell you about our raffle, and just to sort of give you that update. So I'm going to try and get another video uploaded by the end of the month. I'm going to try and make sure that video includes some running action on the layout, some showcase of new products, and maybe also look at those mystery boxes I've told you about as well. So I'll try and get that done before the end of the month of July. Please do like, share, comment, subscribe down below, all the usual stuff. And please do support us. You can head to our website, www.a2bmodelrailways.co.uk, or search for us on eBay, because all our in-stock products are on eBay. You can check them out on there. And you can contact us via WhatsApp using the mobile number 07711318489. Otherwise, use the landline number that's across the bottom of the screen to give us a call. But that's obviously only during shop hours. So stay well, stay safe, keep modelling, and I look forward to a much more active, varied video with the next one. Take care, see you soon. Bye-bye.